What are you eating? Girl, I saw you take a bite.
I got bacon and egg and toast with like ketchup
Bacon, egg, and toast. That is funny, girl.
and
You
ketchup.
hungry? You want me to give you a second?
No, you're fine. Hi, I apologize. I'm Aisha. I'm from San
My
Antonio.
Maisha, you are the girl that we never had, and I want to get to know you. Aisha, Aisha. That was back in the day. Y'all know I'm 45, so I'm telling y'all about my childhood songs. But it was Aisha, but Maisha, but y'all know it rhymes. Maisha, where you calling us from?
From San Antonio.
San Antonio. How old are you? San
Hmm.
Antonio, Texas, right?
Hmm.
We
And I want to give out a shout out to all the channels out there, to all the Platinum Elite, to DJ Kuda, to Zap. Hey Manosphere.
girl. Who the hell are these people? We don't know these people.
The Manosphere, the Kevin show, Kevin Samuel show.
Girl, respectfully, so he's no longer with us.
I know. I know.
So you giving him a shout out so he can hear it in heaven?
Well, the Manosphere, like his supporters. His
Why are you
supporters.
shouting
So
them out?
well, they love me. They've embraced me. We actually tried this, Kendra. I was you're a reference, like a referral. You know how you go to the you get like a specialist can give you a referral to a professional or
The manos. So you're saying the manos. How you say it? I don't.
the
Manosphere.
manosphere. The
And this is
manosphere.
the
The
manosphere.
manosphere gave me reference to check out your show.
Okay. Are you single?
I am. I have nobody.
Well, why didn't they hook you up with one of their friends or
They
themselves?
did a little bit. We tried, like we were working on it, but I'm kind of particular, and they look at me like a homie. You know, I'm like one of the homies. So it
So
was
you
kind
said
of
they
difficult.
you said they support you. Why do they support you?
They support me because I'm honest and I have a way of having them be able to be forthcoming. So like men, especially black men, they're very forthcoming to me. They trust me. They feel very comfortable. So a lot of men, and including men like the manosphere, they approach me and feel it's an okay thing to open up and be themselves.
Okay. This is gonna I be in my own worlds. And the truth of the matter is, and this is not even a lie, only time I'm on YouTube is for my own shit. So I don't know about obviously who doesn't know about Kevin Samuel. So that's that. But for the rest of these people y'all talking about, I don't know. But let's proceed. So let me
Well,
ask
I
you a
love
question.
you. I check you out. Your show is really like forthcoming. Your hair is always pretty. And I think you're honest and sweet and you're doing the things. I have to be part of this movement. Like I have to be part of y'all's and in a way where it's not manufactured. Because I don't have anybody. And we do talk about love and that's why I was given the referral to come check out Kendra G.
Okay, so real quick, I'm not really part of a movement. I'm part of an opportunity for a person to come on that's single to find somebody. So is that your
True.
goal tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
all
ma'am.
right, I
Yes,
got it. Now let's continue. So we got Maisha, San Antonio, Texas. How old are you?
42.
42. Do you have any kids?
I have a 20-year-old this year. She's 20.
Okay.
And Avery will be 19 this year.
So you have two kids,
Girls.
two girls, two girls. 19
They're
and 20.
adults.
Both by
They're
the same
adults.
man. Say again,
Hmm?
what? What you say, honey?
They share the same father. Yeah, they're adults.
Okay, okay.
They're adults.
Have you ever been married?
I've never been married.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
A Scorpio.
Scorpio. And what do you do for a living, Maisha?
Well, I'm college educated.
What's your job, Maisha?
I'm not currently working right now.
Okay. How do you pay your bills?
Ooh, I hate you. Should I tell the truth? I'm
So, Maisha, here's the deal. This is how this show works. I'm going to ask you
okay.
questions.
Tell me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to have to answer them. There's only one question that you can skip. The whole world will see this video. Now, I'm hosting a dating show. You say you're here for that. So are you willing to answer the questions? Because you have to be a willing participant. No videos come down. You can be made a highlight. So I want to make sure you know what you're getting into. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you told me you don't work. When someone tells me they don't work, my next question is, how do they pay their bills?
It's a long story,
Begin.
but I just feel, should I say it? I get a check every month.
Do you want to say how you get a check every month?
I get a check. I'm gonna trust you. Okay, I have to let go. I'm gonna let go,
Hold
Kendra.
on, this is not
I'm
about
not slow. I promise you, I'm not slow. I'm gonna let go and be myself. So I've been on Social Security. I think it's more for postpartum, but I've been on Social Security for like 20 plus years. So if I initially need some type of income, I can trust that the government will send my check on my direct express card every month on the 3rd.
Okay, got you. Okay. So is that considered Social Security or disability? Okay. All right. So we got Maisha, San Antonio, Texas, 42, Scorpio. Mom to two grown 20-year-old and 19-year-old by the same man. Never married, not currently working, but does receive income every month. What kind of man are you looking for, honey?
Well, I want a man that is going to make me valuable, because I mentioned like Social Security and being disabled. I never had somebody value me or put me in a serious position since I separated from my girl's father. So I was only 18 or 19 years old, and I met Chris. And Chris, the best he could, because we're both children, he tried to value me, And then initially, after I separated from him, I've not been able to find certain types of men to put a type of value or interest in.
Okay. When did you separate from Chris?
I separated from Chris in 2009.
Oh, that's a while. So 2009, how many years ago was that?
That was about 12, 14 years ago.
So you've been single for the last 12, 14 years?
No, I had a fiance. I've had some good prospects, but I've been trying to probably heal from Chris before I try to embrace a new chapter, Kendra. Does that make sense?
So you wasn't over Chris, even though you were engaged to somebody else?
I've been over Chris. I've been over Chris since 2004. No, 2005. He would get mad. He said, give me 2006. I've been over to him since 2006. But I feel like he's done a number of me. He's done a lot towards me.
But you just said that when you were engaged, you were still healing from Chris.
In a way. In a way.
Okay. So you want a man that's going to value you the way Chris valued you.
Or initially introduced me to what a man is supposed to do. Like when me and Chris initially kind of took on each other, there was no like handbook. It was just like, try to feed her and try to get her, her up and going with some, whatever. But like when I'm saying like value, that's all I had an introduction in to know what my value and worth was from my initial first love in college. Because we met in college and stuff.
Okay. So you want that again?
No, I don't want that, but I want somebody like, okay, so since Chris, I've been around other Black men, right, Kendra? Other Black men, and they don't value me. I've had like this initial guy I met here in San Antonio. He's a realtor, works for the government. He makes 6 figures a year and loves me. I tell you, men love me, but he never put value where he wanted to either wed me or be with me. So I run into that type of issue with Black men all the time where they don't want to put a type of value towards me.
Okay. So now what are your deal breakers, Maisha?
My deal breakers. Probably not somebody who doesn't like to listen, which is too easy, but it's actually part of, like somebody who dismisses me. Like I don't want to be like a dismissed individual, like don't dismiss me. And I don't know. How am I doing, Kendra? Am I doing okay?
Oh, just be your authentic self. If you all you this is not a acting. You're not auditioning for a role. You just have to be yourself and just answer the questions as honest as possible, and that's what it is.
Another deal breaker will probably be, I don't know. That's like my you know, and I'm kind of open to dating outside my race, and sometimes being open to that has been a good outlet for me. But I'm a little open for, but I think if I get a black man, you got to put some value or some interest in me. Like you have to value me, and we have to share the same views. If we don't share the same politics, we don't share the same views, if we disagree on parenting, all of those are kind of like deal breakers for me.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
The guy?
Yes. Do you have an appearance type? Tall, dark skin, light skin, chubby, slim, in shape. Should he look a certain way?
Um, he doesn't have to. I like blue eyes. I like blue or brown eyes. And when it comes to us, I don't know. I find beauty in the oddest things. Like I find beauty in, like, my best friend. This was a black man. He was heavy set, but I found a lot of beauty and I had a lot of love for him. He was a little heavy set, but I find beauty and love in a lot of different, where I can appreciate. It just depends on what I have in front of me.
Gotcha. What you have in front
Yeah.
of you. Understand. Okay. Um, should he make a certain amount of money?
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to.
Okay. Let's
He
do the
doesn't have
Kendra
to.
cam. The Kendra cam is when you stand up and we see your
Yeah.
full body.
Okay. How did I do? I didn't do so good. Let me show y'all my kitchen. This is my kitchen, y'all. So we're doing the Kendra cam.
Yes.
Y'all, I didn't get to finish my. But here's my dress.
Well, that looks like you're in shape. Okay. Oh, okay. We got you, girl. Oh, you're gonna model for us. Oh, okay. All right, what's up? Okay, you taking the Kendra cam to another level. Oh.
Kendra, I don't have your app. So I don't have your app.
Okay,
And
we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't
okay.
worry. All right. So Maisha, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship was with Larry. And Larry wouldn't mind me saying his name. It was a lawyer. It was an attorney. And we were together for about a year. He proposed. And I told him no. He's a white male. He's a little bit older than me. And love him to death. I miss him. He's an attorney. And I said no and passed. But that was my last relationship about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay.
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
Around
Maisha,
40.
just FYI, you don't really gotta say the name. I mean, you just say the situation. Okay.
Sorry.
So 2 years ago was your last relationship.
About a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Okay. You don't
About 2
have
years ago.
to. So you don't have to answer this question, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
So we're in, what month are we in? June, right?
Yeah.
Probably January. Probably like top of the year.
Okay.
It's been about 5 or 6 months.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
My flaws, I'm not very patient, because I guess at 42, I know what I want. So I'm not going to give you a type of patience where if it does interfere with like my narrative or how I feel about, I'm not going to give you a lot of patience, or I'm not going to meet you halfway with none of that. So I think I need to be a little bit more patient and learn how to not listen, but learn how to just sit with things. And I'm not going to do that at 42. And I also probably have to pick up on what else I need. Maybe like I'm a free spirit. I get in trouble for that word. I'm kind of wild. Maybe I have to tone that down a little bit. You know, I'm college educated. I went to a mini HBCU, so I do have a degree and I'm college educated. But I don't have, like, I'm not an attorney or a social worker, and maybe I need to put some more energy on cleaning up that part. Like, I'm not really a paper girl. Like, I'm not really paper. If I was more paper, then, maybe that would be more attractive, especially for certain men, certain Black men.
Okay. I have a question. I want to be respectful because you did tell me that you receive a check every month. Would you consider yourself having a disability?
I love the disability world. The disabled world it's a spectrum. You can have like multiple sclerosis. You can have diabetes, where you qualify to receive a check. I think I had postpartum. So I had a major event that took place that kind of changed my life.
Okay.
Wasn't happy with the guy. It was just this major event, and it changed my whole life.
Okay.
But if you want to keep it clean, you could say bipolar to keep it clean. But I don't think initially we're, you know,
The reason
that's
I
an
ask
accurate
Well, the
assumption.
reason I ask is because I got some questions, but I want to be respectful if you're dealing with something, right? So, I have some paid questions, but I wanted to ask first because if you're truly dealing with something, then some of these questions I'm not going to read because it doesn't make sense. But because I think this could be due to your bipolar disorder. So, someone says she's college educated. What did she get a degree for? The circulatory and non-conscious conversation she's giving makes me wonder.
Can you read it again, Kendra?
Yeah, she's college educated. What did she get a degree for? The
Okay.
circular. Okay, the first question you want to answer?
The circulatorial and non-concise conversation she's giving me makes me wonder. No, so I had two kids because I went to a school in Texas, like a state school, and I went to a state school in San Marcos, and I met my lover or my college sweetheart there. We had two kids, and those kids are our kids, and I got sick, but I think I was suffering, Kendra, from postpartum, and I got a diagnosis. So it's kind of like a label, it's just one of those things, even in the clinical world, if you get diagnosed or you go to your PCP and they say depression, sometimes it follows you. That depression can follow you for years. And it was like one of those situations. But in my after hours or my later years as an adult, I went to a community college and got a degree that was supposed to kind of give the stepping stools to be a social worker. So I don't know if you heard of like 2+2. 2+2, you go to your community college for 2 years, you get your little associate's degree, and then you get your
Yes.
bachelor's. So I got the first half, but I don't have the other half yet. And it's,
Got
it's supposed to be for social work.
Okay, gotcha. All right. This one, G Hyundai said, don't you think that men don't value you because you belong to another man with your two daughters? And if your husband wasn't a danger to you or the family, you're not married, are you? You're not married, right?
That's a good question. So
You're married? What I
no,
missed that.
I'm not. I'm not married to the girl's father. So I'm not married to him.
Are you married
No,
to anybody?
no, I'm single. I'm on your show.
Then G Hyundai, what are you talking about then? Because
What is he?
he said you belong to another man with your two daughters, and if your husband wasn't a danger to you or the family.
Maybe he's assuming the worst. Maybe he's assuming that the worst situation happened because he's like, nothing's wrong with Maisha. So I'm assuming the worst scenario probably happened between her and Chris. And that's why she's not with Chris.
Girl,
Not
we don't know no damn
necessarily. He,
Chris.
he
Stop
wasn't
mentioning Chris
dangerous.
by Maisha. We don't know no damn Chris. Stop saying Chris' name. We don't know him. Oh, he's gay?
He wouldn't mind. He's not a perfect ex. My ex is not perfect, but I wasn't taken to the hills because he was like a dangerous man. I
Is
wasn't
Chris
running for
your
the
children's
hills because he's
dad? Is
dangerous.
Chris okay? Is Chris your girl's father?
Absolutely, yeah,
Okay, okay. I take it back. So that's why you said his name again. So Chris is the father to your two daughters.
yeah,
Okay. Ooh, child. All right.
yeah.
All right. We gotta keep going. Did I ask you your three flaws, Maisha?
Am I asking what?
Did I ask you your three flaws?
I told you patience. I need to
Okay.
work on. Can I grab this and be myself? Because I can barely hear you. So I'm gonna play with the camera and I apologize, y'all. Um, yeah. Sorry, Kendra. Is this unprofessional? A little bit. You want me to put it back down or what?
You're fine. You're fine. And we're almost done. It's fine.
Okay.
You already gave me your
So
okay.
no. He Chris or no, me, my flaws. So my flaws, I could be more patient, but I'm not going to tolerate. I guess now at 42, I kind of know myself, so I'm not going to kind of bend over or be too open or flexible to certain things. I'm getting old. I'm 42. I'm 43 this year. So I'm getting too old to kind of like circumstantially say I all of a sudden like sumo wrestling or something. You see what I mean? Like I'm kind of where I'm supposed to and where I'm going, and my openness is a little limited. But I could probably work on that if it's some guy who's going to value or love me or appreciate me. And I just want to be appreciated and I want to be loved. I want to be loved. Like Halle Berry said, somebody love me.
Okay, this is the last question, Maisha. Why would a
Okay.
guy be why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Why would he be lucky to be with me?
Yes.
Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm just scrolling. Sorry. I think a guy would be lucky to be with me. I think a guy would be lucky to be with me because I can cook good. Like I'm a good cook. I like to exercise. I don't know if I want a black man, Kendra. Like I'm just being honest. I don't know if I want a black man, but most of y'all, if y'all did value me and took interest in me, they trust me. I have a lot of I have friends or male guys all the time around me, and they have a way of trusting and feeling very comfortable and safe with me. They tell me everything and they feel better and stuff. But a lot of that, with that, just how that is, nobody wifes me or girlfriends me. So I don't know. I just think a guy would be lucky because I cook good and I exercise. I'm really fun. I'm a nurturer. I have a dog, and I think my girls turned out to be okay. They're adults, but I think they're okay. It could have been better.
Well, I have a question
Dealing
because
with girls.
you keep saying nobody values you, but you also were engaged 2 years ago. So why didn't you proceed with that engagement and go to the marriage level? Why did y'all break up?
And you don't like names, so I'll
Because we
be
don't know
mindful of
these
that.
people.
Okay, okay. So this guy that proposed to me, he was good, but he he wouldn't mind me saying this. He has like three dominant women in his life. Aside from his mother, there's three of them. So he had an initial son by a woman, and then he had initially 4 or 5 kids by a woman, and then initially there was a solid relationship for years with a woman. And then here I come, and he's always saying, "You're the worst and the best out of all of them." But I feel like some of the basics that he should have been able to achieve or do, he wasn't doing. So for the long term, like for our fun chapter and our interaction, it was lovely. He was really sweet, very generous and sweet and kind, very kind. But I just feel in the long run is some of these basic things that he doesn't have, and he had these other three women. I didn't want to have to go. That's what I mean. Like that's probably a flaw. Does that make sense? You see how that's a flaw?
So who ended the engagement? You or him?
I did.
Okay. So you basically ended the engagement because he had these other three women. And was it, did you feel
Well,
like he
like,
wouldn't be
can you hear
faithful?
me? 'Cause I'm going in and out. Huh?
Well, no, it's okay. We got it. So what's the
Hold
age
up. Let
range?
me put my headphones on. Can I put my headphones on?
No, we're almost done, Maisha, honey. We're almost done. We're almost
Oh,
done. Just wait. Just wait. We're here for me. So, Maisha, what's the age range you would date? You're 42.
What is the what?
Age range you would date. You're 42.
Age range. Oh, 37 to 56. 37 to 56.
Should the guy be in San Antonio, Texas?
He should be, but if he's not, even better. He doesn't have to be in San Antonio, but if you don't have to, if you don't have to, but yeah, I would love that.
All right.
But he doesn't have to, Kendra.
He doesn't have to. Okay. Could he have kids?
He can.
He can have kids. Okay.
I know
All right,
being a stepmom, I've been a stepmom a couple of times, and I don't have a problem being a stepmom. I'm very family oriented. I'm very much bringing her and making sure she's valued and know I'm just part of this whole situation. And so he can have babies, and I'm okay with that.
Okay. All right. The time has come, Aisha. How can the guy reach out to you, love?
We'll find each other. I don't want to give you my Instagram or my Facebook, but
It don't matter, girl. It's okay. It's all good. We good.
or maybe through your comments. If you leave some comments, because she's probably going to highlight, if you leave some comments, I promise to get back to your comments, and then we can hook up and figure it out from there.
Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Bye, Maisha boo. Bye, sweetheart. Bye.